My name is Mark Weathers. I'm from Southern California, and I'm on my second visit here to the Biologix Center. I had a diagnosis of Waldenstrom's, which is a strain of cancer that affects the bone marrow and blood production, and God directed me here. My introduction to Biologix Center was initially through my Aunt Jackie. She was familiar with Dr. Jernigan and the Biologix Center. She's a homeopath amongst other things, and she had studied or researched in the past, and this came up on her radar, so she was aware of the Biologix Center. So in speaking with her, she said she felt that if I could be accepted here, if I was a candidate for treatment here, that she thought this was the place for me. I take her suggestions to heart, so I kind of began focusing on the Biologix Center and on Dr. Jernigan. So in my research, I found Dr. Jernigan's book, Everyday Miracles by God's Design, and that spoke to me. It's just spot on. It screamed at me. And most of my journey is more of a spiritual journey. My relationship with the Lord is primary. The other places that I had looked at, they were cancer treatment centers, and Biologix made it very clear they are not a cancer treatment center, and they wouldn't be treating me for cancer if I were to come here. But that seemed to suddenly take a backseat to what I was after. In reading the book and coming to understand my journey, my process, my path was beyond treatment for a disease. There was more to it. Of the options I had investigated, only the Biologix Center would contribute to the full experience, if you will. Part of my spiritual journey with God, as well as getting this thing tuned up and back into shape. So it became a no-brainer that this is where this became my total focus, was being here. I call it my hem of the garment experience, in that in the Bible there's a woman that's been sick for years, and Jesus is walking down the street, and she says, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, I know I'll be healed. And so her whole purpose in that moment, just let me just get a finger on a thread of his clothes and I'll be fine. And that's how I felt about coming here, is if I can just get there, it's gonna be okay. I don't know why I felt so strongly about that, but I just had a knowing. Just get me there. That's my answer. That's where it's all going to happen, right there. In the days and weeks approaching my coming here, my only thought was, just get me there. Whatever it takes. Patch me up. Give me a transfusion. Give me a unit of blood. Give me whatever I need. Just get me there, because what I need is there. And I wasn't disappointed. It's a God thing. Prior to coming here to the Biologix Center, I was very, very fatigued. I was spending an inordinate amount of time, yet probably necessary amount of time in bed. I just didn't have the energy or the motivation to do anything. And I kid you not, within probably 3 days of being here, there was a major shift. It was not even, I was scheduled to be here for 4 weeks. So my first day at Biologix was a 4-week stay. And before the first week was over, I was telling family, you can go. I got this, I'm fine. It was a 180. It was amazing. I would say they threw everything at me. I don't know what everything is, but I was getting supplements, I was getting massage, infrared sauna, hyperbaric chamber, therapy that stimulates microcirculation. I was getting so many different things. If you asked me what was the turnaround, being here was the turnaround. It's all of it. I just remember thinking, wow, and this is only my first week, or wow, and I'm only halfway through this. I was almost feeling like, what do I need the other 2 weeks for? You know, I feel great. I went home and I worked full time, every day, hard, with my body was offering me no resistance. My body was like, let's go do this. Prior to my coming here, I was so fatigued. I hadn't worked in weeks. I'd just been referring work out to friends, and I didn't have it. I couldn't do it. Like I said, I didn't know if I'd be able to push a suitcase through the airport. After my 4 weeks of treatment, I was so anxious. It was like a privilege to be able to do what I wanted to do again. I just didn't know if that was going to happen. I had a more aggressive attitude towards life, like I'm ready to tackle this again. You don't realize what you don't have till you miss it. You know, you don't miss the water till the well runs dry, so to speak. And I guess I just didn't realize how worn down I was until I began to rebound. And then I looked back at where I am and where I was, and realized the amazing transition that has taken place in a short period of time. It's a blessing to have that zeal and looking forward to going forward. In coming here, I didn't know what to expect. I certainly didn't expect that things could turn around as dramatically and quickly as they did. It's mind-blowing. I mean, I've been through, at this point, hours of treatment with the doctor, aside from the additional treatments. But on the table being treated by the doctor, I've been through hours of it, and it's still amazing. It's like, how did that happen? Like, Biologix, it spoke to me. I knew this is what I was supposed to do. I knew this was the plan. I knew this is where God had me to be. So, and I didn't resist that. I just embraced it, and I said, okay, what do I have to do to be there? What's your heart telling you that you need to do? What is God speaking to you? And that takes a little bit of getting still and being patient and wanting to hear that, because you want to do the right thing. If the staff here feels that they can help, they wouldn't take you if they couldn't, then whatever it is, come here and get what your body's crying for, because that's what you get. You get here what your body's asking for, not what somebody wants to give you, but what your body says I need, and they say, I got that, or I can find that, or let's work on that. Let's get you what you need so you can heal. That's been the mantra and the approach since I've been here. Is like, we're not treating sickness here. We're going to treat your body. So let's have a conversation with your body. Let's find out what it needs. and let's let it fix itself. I want to tell as many people as I can about the Biologix Center.